Amerika Serikat dan Israel terus melancarkan serangan terhadap Iran. Serangan terbaru pada Selasa 3 Maret menghantam Bandara Internasional Mehrabad. Rekaman yang dirilis Fiori menampilkan asap tebal dan kobaran api menyelimuti bandara. Seorang warga yang tak jauh dari lokasi tampak syok melihat sekelilingnya sudah hancur. Petugas kemudian datang untuk mengevakuasi korban tewas yang terjebak di mobil. Dikutip dari Hindustan Times, Bandara Internasional Mehrabad terletak di barat Teheran. Ini adalah salah satu pusat penerbangan terbesar dan tersibuk di Iran. Militer Israel sebelumnya telah mengeluarkan peringatan evakuasi sebelum menyerang bandara tersebut. Di sisi lain, Iran juga terus meluncurkan serangan balasan terhadap Amerika Serikat dan Israel pasca tewasnya pemimpin tertinggi Ali Khamenei. Pada Selasa kemarin, rudal-rudal Iran menyasar Israel Tengah, khususnya Tel Aviv.
جلوتر زده بشین بلند نشو شاید زخمی شده باشه بشین شاید استخون شکستگی داشته باشه بشین الان نیروی امدادی‌ها رسیدن الان میان یا حسین آقا امدادیه بیا اینجا آقا بیا اینجا امدادیه بیا اومدم آقا یک کیسه بیا بذار باشه بذار اینجا باشه چی شد اینجا چجوری
بهشون راحت میشدیم زن و بچه همون بهشون اینجا اومدم نمیشه گیری به سرم بگیرم
آسیب دیدن
همه
زن و بچه تو کجان؟
برو همون جلو
تو آمبولانس هن؟
Serangan Amerika Serikat dan Israel terhadap Iran berdampak pada kenaikan harga minyak dunia. Dampak tersebut juga turut dirasakan oleh warga Amerika sendiri. Sejumlah pengemudi mengeluhkan harga bensin yang naik di Dallas, kota terbesar di negara bagian Texas. Rata-rata kenaikan harga bensin sebesar 12 sen per galon pada Senin 2 Maret. Sementara harga rata-rata bensin nasional di atas $3 per galon atau sekitar Rp50.000. Pengemudi mengeluh karena tuntutan pekerjaan mengharuskannya bepergian setiap hari, sementara harga bensin yang naik membuat kantongnya terkuras. Pengemudi lainnya bahkan langsung menyalahkan Presiden Donald Trump karena dianggap bertanggung jawab atas serangan ke Iran. Sebelumnya, Iran telah menutup Selat Hormuz yang menjadi jalur minyak terpenting di dunia. Garda Revolusi Iran bahkan mengancam akan membakar kapal-kapal yang masih nekat melewati perairan tersebut.
They're going up and it's going to get more and more pricey at the pump for everybody. I have to do a lot of traveling for work and it's really going to dip into my pocket.
Totally expected on my part. I expected it to go up, so it's no news surprise to me.
Sí, afectaron los precios por lo que se ha visto en la guerra y Irán que va a cerrar algunas plantas petroleras por allá y me imagino que ese es el motivo por el cual se va a incrementar los precios de la gasolina.
I think they'll probably keep going up for a period of time. You know, I run a business, so my bigger concern would be the cost of fuel that's for our business, which could start to add some strain.
Lo que pasa en Irán perjudica aquí directamente a todo a todo el ciudadano norteamericano, seamos del color que seamos y de la religión que procesamos. La culpa es de tanto la presidencia o el ejecutivo y más aparte del gobernador y luego de ahí se viene a todos los que vienen a nivel estatal y municipal.
The Middle East, they control all the oil prices, and we don't pump our own oil like we should.
Sistem pertahanan udara NATO menembak jatuh sebuah rudal balistik yang ditembakkan oleh Iran pada Rabu 4 Maret. Kementerian Pertahanan Turki mengatakan rudal tersebut melewati wilayah udara Irak dan Suriah. Turki memastikan bahwa tidak ada korban jiwa maupun luka dalam insiden tersebut. Pasalnya, rudal berhasil dicegat oleh sistem pertahanan NATO di Laut Mediterania. Turki menambahkan pihaknya berhak menanggapi segala tindakan permusuhan terhadap Ankara. Namun negara tersebut juga menyerukan semua pihak yang terlibat konflik untuk menahan diri. Pernyataan dari Kementerian Pertahanan Turki telah dikutip oleh sejumlah media, termasuk Anadolu Agency hingga Al Jazeera. Sebagai informasi, Turki menampung pasukan dan aset militer asing, terutama dari Amerika Serikat dan sekutu NATO di Pangkalan Incirlik. Pangkalan ini berada di bawah kendali Angkatan Udara Turki, namun beroperasi sebagai pangkalan udara gabungan Turki dan Amerika Serikat. Iran memang belum memberikan keterangan resmi terkait rudal yang mengarah ke Turki. Namun negara tersebut sebelumnya menargetkan pangkalan udara Inggris yang berada di Siprus. Pangkalan militer Amerika Serikat yang berada di kawasan Teluk juga menjadi target pembalasan atas tewasnya Ali Khamenei. Sebuah kapal perang Iran tenggelam di perairan selatan Sri Lanka pada Selasa malam waktu setempat. Menteri Pertahanan Amerika Serikat Pete Hegseth mengklaim kapal tersebut ditenggelamkan oleh kapal selam Pentagon. Dikutip dari Al Arabiya, kapal yang teridentifikasi sebagai Iris Dena membawa 180 orang. Informasi tersebut disampaikan Menteri Luar Negeri Sri Lanka, Vijita Herat. Sejauh ini 80 orang dipastikan tewas setelah jenazahnya ditemukan mengapung di sekitar lokasi. Sementara 32 orang diselamatkan oleh Angkatan Laut Sri Lanka dan langsung mendapat perawatan medis. Sebelum kejadian, kapal perang Iran itu mengikuti latihan Angkatan Laut Multinasional Milan 2026 serta parade armada yang digelar di India. Kini, Amerika Serikat secara terang-terangan mengakui bahwa pihaknya telah menenggelamkan kapal Iran. Menurutnya, ini merupakan kali pertama bagi Pentagon menenggelamkan kapal musuh menggunakan torpedo sejak Perang Dunia Kedua. Informasi soal tenggelamnya kapal perang Iran juga telah dimuat oleh banyak kantor berita termasuk media Iran internasional.
In fact, yesterday in the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there, an American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II. Like in that war, back when we were still the War Department, we are fighting to win.
Any questions, please?
Mr. President, did Israel force your hand to launch these strikes against Iran? Did Netanyahu pull the United States into this war?
No, I might have forced their hand. You see, we were having negotiations with these lunatics,
And it was my opinion that they were going to attack first. They were going to attack. If we didn't do it, they were going to attack first. I felt strongly about that. And we have great negotiators, great people that do this very successfully and have done it all their lives very successful. And based on the way the negotiation was going, I think they were going to attack first. And I didn't want that to happen. So if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand. But Israel was ready and we were ready, and we've had a very, very powerful impact because virtually everything they have has been knocked out now. Their missile count is going way down. Amazingly, they're hitting countries that were, let's call them neutral, right? They lived together for a long time. I think they were surprised. I was surprised. And now those countries are all fighting against them and fighting strongly against them. Someday they'll write a story and they'll say why they did that, but they hit countries that had nothing to do with what's going on. They were sort of leaving everything alone. All of a sudden they had missiles shot in, which shows you the level of evil that we're dealing with. They'll hit people that were actually at least somewhat friendly, and they had no problems with it. Also hitting only civilian places, hotels and apartment buildings, and we're hitting them where it is much more appropriate. We're hitting them very hard. And the big scale hitting goes now. They no longer have air protection. They no longer have any detection facilities at all left. And so they're gonna be in for a lot of hurt. These are bad people. These are people that killed. I guess it's 35,000. It's coming out 35,000 over the last 3 weeks. Protesters, 35,000 violently killed. So these are bad people, and the leader of the pack is gone. And as you know, 49 people were taken out in the first hit, and I guess there was another hit today on the new leadership, and it looks like that was pretty substantial also. So they're getting hit very hard, and we'll see what happens. A lot of people are coming forward. A lot of the people you would least suspect want to quit. They want to have immunity. They're asking for immunity, and probably at some point they'll be dropping, as you would say, laying down their guns. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, we're just continuing to go forward. Our military is the #1 in the world by far, and we are. Everything's big in my book. Venezuela was big. This is big. The original hit, Midnight Hammer, was big. Everything you view is big, but it's not considered very big by some standards, by some of our standards. We have a military like no other military that's ever been built.